Perfect. Okay. We can get going. So, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So, we can just start with
my microphone off. Oh yeah, I'll put mine off. Oh.
So, we can just start with some gentle neck stretches, so looking up and down. And then from one side to the other. And then just tilting the head gently right and left. And then we can start rolling the shoulders. One way and the other. And then letting the elbows, the circles become bigger. And then smaller. And we can stretch to the side, one side, the other side. Great. And then taking it in and just doing little hip circles. One way and then the other. And then coming with our hands to our knees, we can just gently bend and straighten. And then just taking our ankles round, so maybe take this down. Taking our ankles round one and the other, and then one way and the other. Great. From here, as if we're throwing and then pushing up. Great, and then up again. We can shake out our feet. So here we just have that kind of sensation as if there's something going from the hips through the leg and out through the foot. So we're shaking something out. Maybe taking it high. One. And to the side. One way. And the other. And then to the back. Then we can shake. Go. Visitor. Doing the class with. Okay. So we're gonna start, and our stance here, our feet are parallel. So feet going here, our stance is a nice arch here, and then we just have our hips nice and rounded. So similar to the Tai Chi. And then our guard is in front of us here. So away from the body, nice. So since our body is kind of side on, one arm is slightly further away. Great. And then we just have these two axes here. So we have one axis and another axis. So just imagining as if there's one axis here and one axis here. So now as we punch, we turn on this axis. So with our center, we move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great, so our elbow, we just imagine as if we're in a corridor that's the width of our shoulders. So our elbow stays here. So we're not doing this or anything else. So the fastest way, so we're punching. And the arm comes from here and twists on itself. Great. So it's really a throwing motion. So the motion we just did with our legs, when we did this one, it's the same with the hand. And we're just throwing it out. And our hand is nice and relaxed. comes back to the guard position. That looks good, everyone. Okay. And then our other hand, our center is going from here to here. So our center's gone here, and then it comes here. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Great. So if we're throwing and throwing, throwing, throwing. So our arms are nice and relaxed. So that looks good. Nice work. So we're just gonna do the one hand. So we'll do 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then with the back foot, we're gonna come round. So we're just pivoting our front foot, coming round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, pivot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And pivot again. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice work. So you can shake out the arms a little bit if you want. So we're just paying attention that our arms are really nice and relaxed. So we have the same principles of moving from the center and being really relaxed. So this is what we don't want to do. You see, there's kind of some rigidity, whereas if we're kind of throwing our arm, it's like those balls on the string that hit one another. You know, the ones that hit and then they hit. So our center moves and we're kind of hitting there. So we're here. Great. Nice. So throwing. Yep. Yeah. So we can just really focus on the center, but that looks really good, yeah. So you want to throw it out and then it bounces back. Yeah. And then we can add our second arm. So moving 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So the center moves here, and then the center comes back, and we come here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yep, that looks good. So everyone, if you want, you can relax the shoulders down. So when we're here, we just have our head nice and tall, our shoulders nice and relaxed. Great. So we'll do 10 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Pivot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. And then coming here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job shaking it out. So here we don't really have to focus on someone else being there. The most important thing is that we're relaxed and we're starting to get that movement of throwing through the arm through into that other person, if that makes sense. So we can add a little step. Does everyone feel good so far? Amazing. Kind of good? Okay. No worries. Just think of this mostly like a game, of starting off as a game and just feeling the sensations of the body, and the best way to tell is if it feels good, you're probably doing it right. If it feels kind of like sore in any kind of way or kind of rigid, then probably have to do some more. So we'll add a little step. So when we're turning on these axes, so when we're punching forward, we're turning on our left axis here. Our weight is on the back. And when we're punching with the other foot, our weight is forward. So as we punch here, our front leg is empty. 1. And as we punch here, the back leg is empty. So we can step. 1. Does that make sense? So, no, no worries. So we'll just do it together. So we're here in our stance, and we'll move the center first. So the center moves from the weight from the front foot to the back foot. Gabby's got it. Gabby's away with it. So we're here. So starting with the weight on the front foot, taking the front arm from the guard position. As we take the weight to the back, the arm extends. So the arm extends. So we're here. As the weight comes from here to here, through the center, the arm extends. Yep, that looks good. So yeah, just feeling first the center moves, then the weight, and then we can punch. And so if our front leg is empty here, so we only want to step when the leg is empty. So here, as my center moves here, and my back leg is full, my front leg can take. So let's all do this together. So let's all do this together. So we're here, and then the center moves the weight from one leg to the next. Yep. And then when the leg has no weight on it, so when it's empty, we can take a step with that. So 1, and then as the center comes forward, we can take the back foot. 1, 1. So is that making some more sense? Yeah? So coming here, 1. Okay. So now if we add the punches, we're here 1, 2. We could just add the front arm. So 1. So really small steps. Great. So when this is then empty, so we can 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. You guys are doing really great. Okay.
Nelly.
Yeah?
Punching, is your front leg empty?
Yeah, so when you're punching
Full.
with the same arm of the front, that's the same arm as the front leg, the center is going here, so the weight is here. So this arm, this one is empty, and then when you're punching with this arm, this leg is empty. So basically, whichever arm you're punching with, the leg is empty. But also, you know, it's not so important to get a proper structure. Just start feeling in the body kind of what feels easy, what feels good. Yeah, we'll do a little bit more. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then taking it back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then last one. 1, 2. So whichever arm is punching, the leg is coming forward. Is that making sense? Okay. And then last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that looks great, Karen. Let's see, Gabs. Nice, Hazel. Amazing. Gabs. That looks really good. So we can just relax the arms. And this is also the way our arms are moving because we're in connection with the center. So here, for example, and it's the same for the punches. So whatever we're doing starts from the center. So punching or guarding. Okay, great. So we can move on to the hook. So the hook punch is this one. So we can just see this is the movement of the center again. So from here, from our guard position, so the arm is coming and punching. So this one would be aimed at someone's chin, so it's quite high. And we just have our 90-degree here, and the fist makes a straight line. And again, the movement is coming. Yeah, that looks good. So the movement again is coming from our center here. So if we're doing this with our shoulder joint, that's wrong. So our shoulder joint is moving in connection with the center here. So taking up 1, great. And then we have our one hand, 1, 2, 1, 2. So going from, again, the same axis, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. So when you see, for example, when you see a cat and it gets its paws, you know, it does a swipe, it doesn't kind of come back like this and does this. It goes from here, right? So it's always going, we're always thinking forward rather than kind of taking the shoulder joint back and coming here. We're from here and we just take it from here. So we have our guard and then we come forward. Yep, that looks great, Hazel. Nice, Mum. Yep, Karen, that's perfect. So this one is just with the fists like this. Yep, perfect. And we're going just across. Yep, that's great. So we can just do some of these together. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we can do our other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then together, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Great. Taking it to the next side. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 2, 2. And last side. 1, 1. Yeah, great work. So shaking it out again. And we're just gonna join the two together. So punch forward, 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, can go a bit slower, 5, 6, nice work everyone, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great. Shaking it out. How's everyone's shoulders, arms? Shaking them out. Okay. Are we ready to do that in a little cycle? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice work. So 1, 1. So stepping front, back, front, back. So whichever hand is punching, we step that foot forward. 1, great. So we'll just do 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice work. How's that feeling? It looks good. Good? Nice. Does it feel okay in the body? So most of all it's about, is it feeling more loose, the shoulders? So we don't really want to hold any tension in the shoulders. We want to be nice and low. And the hands.
Confused a bit.
Sorry?
I get confused, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's very normal at the start. Okay. No problem.
Hazel is mastering it now.
Yeah. Great. So we'll do just one more little round and then we'll maybe do some stretching because at the start it can be a little bit unusual. We're not used to it. Our body's not used to it. So.
Yeah, my feet are confused.
Your feet are confused. Okay, let's do the steps. So as we punch, the hand that's punching has the empty leg. So if I'm punching forward here, this leg is empty. If I'm punching here, this leg is empty. So it's really the same whether I'm doing this or this, because these legs are empty. Does that make more sense? And our fists, so our fists are only closed for the very last second, so they're mostly relaxed. So here you can either have them open or kind of like this, not tight, and then they just, as the arm twists on itself, just in the last second we become tight with the thumb outside. If the thumb's inside, we might break our thumb if we have impact. So thumb is outside, and straight away after it becomes. So that takes a little bit of time, definitely. Okay, so we'll do one more round with walking, and then we'll do a bit of stretching. So taking our legs, 1, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, and then pivot. 1, 2, pivot. 1, 2, pivot. 1, 2. Last one. 1, 2. Nice job. Shall we do that one again? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then pivot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pivot. 1, 2. Pivot. 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry. 3, 4. Pivot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice work. Okay. So let's shake it out. So releasing the arms. Great, and then we can just stretch all the way up. And taking it to the other side. And from here, we can take the shoulders behind then changing up. And from here, we can stand, taking the shoulders nice and forward, coming here, and from here, out, and then just pushing against a wall, as if we're pushing, so really feeling the tendons in the hands, in the forearms, as if we have two walls here. And then releasing, and we can take our arms as if we're pushing against a ceiling. And then taking our hands in a fist all the way down here. And then stretching our chest forward. And then our lower back forward. And then from here, we can take our hand just here and just slightly take our neck to the other side. So just feeling it on this side. And just taking some deep breaths. And then releasing, and we can do the other side. And then keeping the shoulder blades slightly going towards each other, we can take relaxing the back of the neck. And then looking up at the sky. And just doing that cycle a few times. And then lastly, we can just really gently circle the wrists. One way, the other way. Great. How are you guys feeling? Is there anything that feels that needs a bit more of a stretch? We can do a little more.
I find when I'm standing, I tense up my back leg a wee bit. Like I'm not holding the arcs very well, and I kind of put a lot of strain on the back calf and Achilles.
Yeah. So maybe what would help that is that we never really want to stay still on one spot. The weight wants to kind of be moving backwards and forwards constantly in our figure of 8, and maybe that'll.
Yeah. Cool.
Nice.
Thank you.
But yeah, so the first part is really, we are not really imagining anyone. It's not really a combative situation, so we're trying not to imagine someone in front of us because often we feel more tense then, but it's more to kind of start getting the movements into the body and feeling that really relaxed of something, throwing something rather than with a rigid arm, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, how did it feel in the body, Mum? Were you going to say something?
No, it's good.
Good.
I like it.
Yeah. I'm quite interested by the fact that you stay kind of dominant forward with one foot, even though you're moving. You kind of never bring your other foot in front of the other one. You always lead with one foot. Is that right?
Yeah. So, we usually have one dominant foot because we don't really want to be fully facing the other person.
Yes.
Because that gives a lot more kind of opportunity to them. Whereas if we're kind of side on, one, it gives them less surface area, and two, there's more ways for us where we can go back quicker with. So compared to if I'm just going straight backwards, compared to if I'm sideways, sideways. It's Squidward. But yeah, so we have more opportunity to kind of, if someone's coming forward punching, it's easier for us to be still facing forward and also seeing kind of it being easier to see where we're going, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. I'm ready for line of duty next.
But yeah, it's usually your dominant hand, the dominant leg is forward. So if you're left-handed, feel free to use, or it doesn't always work like that. Just see which one feels better, feels easier.
Yeah. Cool. No, I enjoyed that. That was invigorating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite energizing, kind of,
Yeah.
Dynamic.
Yeah.
More dynamic, and I thought I don't need to go out for a walk now.
Nice.
Need a punch bag in their flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
We liked it as well, didn't she?
Yeah. Leo.
Was that a cat that you know? I thought it was just a cat that had come into the garden.
Yeah, he or she lives 2 doors down, but she's
all right, it's not Adam's.
No, not Adam's.
No.
No.
But I once had a Qigong teacher, and she had a cat, and every time she did Qigong in the garden, the cat came and lay down next to her.
Oh.
When she was doing Qigong. That's she said there must be something with Qigong and cats.
Yeah, there was a cat at the school as well, Pulpetta it was called, and every time, because they started doing online lessons as well, and she would always go past the camera so that they couldn't, no one could see, and like knock over everything, and it's funny. Great.
Yeah, there was a yoga class I did online in it's yin yoga with Cassandra. She's on YouTube, and she was doing these kind of pelvic. She was just lying down and had a block underneath her pelvis, and she was just stretching, and her cat kind of did a lap round her, and then it laid down on its back and put all of its legs like it was copying her. Like its belly up in the air, and it was just had its legs stretched out behind it. And she was totally unfazed. She was like, "Oh yeah, cat's joining in," and she just carried on. And I was like, "No way, cat's doing yoga."
That's so funny. Nice. Yeah, we can do a little breathing as well if you guys would like.
That'd be great.
So yeah. So just getting comfortable. And we're just gonna do the breathing where we follow the channel going from the center up the middle of the body all the way to the head and then back round. So we're just gonna take in 4 seconds for the in-breath and then 6 seconds or 6 counts for the out-breath. So just coming into a comfortable position. And then just focusing the awareness into under the belly button in the middle of the body. And just taking a few breaths, either visualizing or sensing into that area. And then when we have that, we can begin breathing in for 4, up the body, 2, 3, 4, and then breathing out for 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, back to the center. Breathing in, taking it slightly further up, maybe up to the chest, 4, and then bringing it back down, looping back down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, getting all the air out and breathing in, taking it up the body, traveling maybe a bit further up the chest, and breathing out. Looping back down, back to the center. Breathing in, taking it up, maybe up to the throat, and then looping back down. Back to the center. Breathing in, up through the center of the body to the middle of the throat, and then breathing out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the air out. Breathing in, and breathing out. Back to the center. Breathing in, and you can restrict the top of your throat to make an audible breath. Breathing out. All the way. Breathing in, following the awareness up the center of the body, through the neck, maybe now into the head, and breathing out, making a ha sound with the mouth closed. Back to the center. breathing in, taking the channel all the way up to the middle of the head, and breathing out, looping down, back to the center. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathing out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in, taking the channel up, maybe to the top of the head, and breathing out all the way down, back to the center. Breathing in for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in, taking the awareness up the center of the body, all the way up to the top of the head, and breathing out, looping back down to the center. Breathing in, maybe taking it up slightly over the head, and then looping back down, breathing out, breathing all the air out of the lungs. Then last 2, breathing in for 1, 2, up the spine, up through the neck and head, 4, and breathing out, down through the head, the neck, the chest, and back to the center, breathing all the air out. And then last breath, breathing in, and out. And then just breathing normally, and when you're ready you can wiggle the hands and feet and open the eyes.